hard to believe, Craig. We're going to be going into Brad Holmes's third draft. And
Yeah.
so if you look at it, he's been dropping hints all along the way. He said that later in the draft is where you get great value at linebacker, wide receiver, safety. You
Yep.
can then look at his first two drafts and really draw from what he may do in 2023 draft as far as going up for playmakers, who he likes to get later in rounds. So you and I both have some ideas on what he may do this year. But when you look at past drafts and what he said in the past, what are some things that stick out to you and what maybe we could expect in this year's draft?
Yeah, I think what we can expect in this year's draft is the unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you always wonder. I remember me and you sitting live, and all of a sudden Hutch drops to us. That was unexpected.
Yep.
And then we trade up. That was unexpected for a wide receiver. That was really unexpected. And then we go Pascal in the second round, and we're like, what is? I didn't pick any of these.
No.
Like, I didn't pick any of these guys. I think our first ever mock draft, I went Pascal, but like, you don't expect it. In year one of his draft, he went back-to-back defensive tackles, right?
Yep.
And you're just like, wow. So what he's not afraid to do is pick best player available, but he really seems to, it's starting to form a little bit of a pattern here. Linebacker, 4th, 5th, 6th round. Safety, he'd gone 3rd round safety 2 years in a row.
Yep.
I know Melifonwu was a corner at the time, right? But he's been waiting on these things. So he's really gone those outside positions, I think, later in the draft, which is very unique. And I'm actually feeling like he might flip some of that this year.
Well, see, so to your point, as far as surprises, we're all thinking defense. It's a no-brainer. Defense. But you've mentioned it in the past, and this is an example of what he might do is running back, where how do we help our defense? Well, he might flip this and get us an elite running back.
Good running game. Yeah.
Because you also look at, man, Swift is just not there anymore. I don't know what's going on. He's injured. You're not like, man, give it to Swift and let's game break.
Don't you think he's kind of proven over 3 years like he's not the bell cow? He just can't be it.
He's not and when you look, and it's like, well, what do you compare it to? Well, I just saw 2 Carolina Panthers running backs, just fast, physical, and he's not that. And then you look at Jamal Williams, physical, good short yardage between the tackles, goal line, that's fine. But man, you just need some runs. He's kind of took a step back. So anyway, that's an example of nobody sees it coming. Trade up for an elite running back or something. Yep. I would not be surprised. I don't know where he values running backs, but I think it's somewhere in the Jameson Williams category of, boy, if there's an elite guy, he's gonna go get him early.
It's Robinson out of Texas.
Yep. And it could be.
And yeah, I was just reading a mock draft. I thought about doing a video on it where they had us taking him with the 7th pick, which is where that Rams pick currently slots in. By the way, Rams, stop winning. You are eliminated from the playoffs. Stop winning. Baker. I want a top 5 pick. Anyways, so sorry. It's not going to be anymore. But I just don't go outside the top 10, please. But they were talking, is it Bijan Robinson? Like, they were talking about him at 7. And what's your first instinct when you hear running back at 7? Go.
Oh, just like, no, we don't.
What?
You don't do that.
What?
Yeah.
We don't, like, that's where Zeke was drafted, right? That's where, you have other guys that are drafted really, really high. Saquon Barkley. That is not normal.
Right.
To draft a running back that high. It worked out for the Cowboys with Zeke. It didn't work out so well for the Giants. It's starting to now. But, like, it's just like, oh, my goodness. So what if he does that?
Right.
What if he does that instead of because they're the elite players on defense are off the board. So you're just like, no, I want the most elite player, because one thing we need to have on this team that I still think we're seeing the advantage of it this year, but we also see where we're just missing it a little bit, is that elite talent. And you have a guy like Hutchinson that as a rookie is showing flashes of being able to be elite. You have Penei Sewell, who shows that he can be elite at the tackle spot. And even Swift, when he was showing elite for a few games, like, all of a sudden you're like, that just turns a game entirely around.
Yeah.
If we can have a bell cow back that can tote the rock 20 times a game, that we know is going to get 4.5 yards a carry, like, okay, That
Oh,
helps Goff a lot.
exactly. Because
A lot.
yeah, last draft, you and I
I hate
did
that I'm saying this.
we did a million mocks. It was D end, linebacker, safety. You know, we had it. Lewis Seen, right? We mocked him a million
Glad
times.
we didn't get him.
We had all exactly. We had it pegged. And then what does Brad Holmes do? Jameson Williams, wait, we already have D line. Like we need
I don't
linebackers, man. And
understand.
he's just like, relax. I'm gonna get Malcolm in the 6th round. James Mitchell. So we
Yes.
have, just as a reminder, we have
Yes.
two first rounds, 2 second round picks. So there's 4 picks in the top, 2 rounds. So you just to think that Brad Holmes is just gonna go chalk and get D line linebacker no, he's not doing that.
No,
He's gonna do something. He might go get another wide receiver. I don't know. Like, right? You might say Chark by. There's so many things he can
you don't
do,
know.
but I think you and I have been on this. He's trying to find elite dudes, like blue chip. I think the Matt Patricia era was trying to find. They were trying to find safe
Plug and play.
Ragnow, which is a great pick, but just like we're not. Where he is trying to find these outliers.
Yep. Trying to find outliers. And Chris, I got to tell you, and I was hearing this the other day too, like prepare yourselves late round 2, early round 2, trading up into late round 1, running back. And it's just one of those things where people have devalued the running back position because if you draft a running back, you're getting 4 or 5 years out of them.
Uh-huh.
That's it. That's all you're getting out of them.
Seriously.
And so you're like, oh no. But what people don't realize is how important the running back position still is in the NFL.
Yeah.
What have the 49ers done since they got McCaffrey? Right? Like, where are the Giants without Barkley? Well, where were they last year? They were terrible. Right? I mean, you have these teams with good running backs where you're like, it's keeping them afloat. It really is. The Cowboys offense is on fire right now. They have 2 good running backs.
Yeah.
Like that's just the way it works. And when you have a multifaceted running back who can do multiple things, your offense is much more dangerous. And when you don't have a multifaceted quarterback, it really helps to have that tool. I did not expect this video to become a Detroit Lions are drafting a running back video, but I think it's nuts that we were kind of on the same page on like, oh yeah, this could happen. Happen. Sorry, fans.
You're so right. And, again, since Barry Sanders, you've got your James Stewarts, you've got your Reggie Bushes that have, you've got these little
Kevin Jones.
Oh yeah. KJ, you've got these little flare ups, but man, we have not had a good running back. And, like you said, we did not expect this to be a running back video, but that's an example of, and I love the point you made, when your quarterback's not this dynamic dude.
Yeah.
Then we all know, and we've been saying it, we like Goff, but we got to get stuff around him. So just be prepared for us to do something that you're like, they wasn't ready for that. I thought we were going defense all day long, which we will, but he's looking for outliers. And if your outlier is a corner, another one that we just know, right? Please, can we find a corner? Corner and running back, I thought were just waste away picks, but then you see JC Horn, you see what's his name, Sauce. You're like, okay, that would be cool. And
I guess if you draft the right guy, it'll be just fine, won't it?
That's right.
Like, it's gonna be just fine. It's just you got to draft the right guy. I think it's harder to find the right corner than it is to find a good running back.
Yes.
But I think it's so interesting. Lions fans are consistently, how do I want to put it? They're always ringing the bell for not drafting a running back early. And that's NFL fan bases in general. Like, don't you think we as a fan base would appreciate what a great running back can do for your team?
It'd be awesome.
Like, we're going to get more into this, but Robinson out of Texas is being touted as like the most complete running back in like a decade. And so it's like, okay, that's someone I could probably get behind. I haven't watched a ton of tape on him, but I'm going to have to. But it just would be interesting. Jared Goff is phenomenal in play action. Phenomenal. And when you give him time, look at when he was going to the Pro Bowl in LA. Yeah. It's really, really simple. LA was good because they had a good running game.
Yeah.
Todd Gurley.
I know.
That's what it was. And so, like, recreating that blueprint. And by the way, we have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds, right?
Right.
4 picks in the first 2 rounds. You can go 3 defense. You can go 3 to defense, and you can go 1 to running back and not be upset. You could go 3 to defense, 2 to or 2 and 2. You'd be fine. Because
Absolutely.
we know that linebackers and safeties and even corners, Brad Holmes has proven that he is going to find them in the 3rd, 4th, or 5th, and 6th round. Like, let him keep doing it.
Exactly. Yep. So this is good, man.
It's kinda weird.
We're
Weird.
excited. We're excited to
This
we know we're still in the playoff push here, but we're also just excited to see what Brad Holmes has up his sleeve. And so let us know your thoughts in the comments. Running back, corner, just go straight defense. Just don't. But hey, last thing.
Pure pass rusher.
The thing that really makes all this conversation go is that I think we've all come to realize we got a good thing with Goff. He allows us then to go other places. We don't have to spend that top pick on
I still won't be
quarterback.
upset if we do.
But I agree. But we don't have to. Before it was like, oh my gosh, we got to trade everything we can find to get up there to get somebody. So let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'll see all of you on the next one.